Hello, thank you for joining me. I've just arrived at the London Bus Museum. The London Bus Museum is situated inside the Brooklands Museum site, so as you can see, there's various aeroplanes. If you'd like to see a tour of those aeroplanes and the rest of the Brooklands Museum site, please click at the link on screen now. I've just made a video on that. In this video, we're going to go look around the bus museum. You can see a couple of buses outside. I believe these take you for rides. They weren't doing it today because I come here on a Monday off-peak because it's quieter and easier to make video. If you came on a busier day, you'd probably get a ride in a bus, which would be quite nice. We're going to do quite a lot when we go inside the museum. We're going to see lots of different buses and explore the London buses and their history. So we're just going to walk into here now. So this is the shop. Ticket barrier. Seems quite funny seeing a ticket barrier like you'd see at a railway station. We'll have a look at that. I think that's as you come out through a ticket barrier. But here we are. This is the bus museum, which we're just walking into now. And everywhere we look, there's just different types of London buses. Look at this very old horse-drawn bus. Brixton, Camberwell, Clapham. Imagine if buses today were like this, although it's horse-drawn, so it'd be okay with the ULEZ, which I'm not very happy about, but I'm not going to moan in this video. There's a new, or what would have been a new electric bus. And then here, look at this brilliant lineup of vintage buses. I think that's amazing to see all these different buses. The Route Master at the end. A lot of people do just look at them and go, oh, Route Masters, but they're not. Only the one at the end is the Route Master. These are various different other, I'm no expert on buses, but various different other buses. Look at this. These are London country buses. That one going to Tring via Chalsbury. I made a video at Chalsbury once. There's an old hill fort there. If you want to see a completely different video of the hill fort at Chalsbury, which you would have once got to on a bus like this, click the link on screen now. Let's go in this bus. So as you go into this bus, it's an electric bus. There's an area there. That's where, you know, a wheelchair person could have sat. And then up here, there's various other seats. You can come out now and see what else there is. Have a look at some of the other exhibits. I still think that's fantastic, that lineup of London buses. Have a little old bus going to Windsor and Hampton Court. This bus is under restoration. It's got quite a long way to go, but maybe one day we'll see this bus running in the future. It'll be quite fascinating to see. We can go in some of the buses, so we will. Some cars here, look. We've got a taxi, got a Cortina, and then when you look outside, it's the aircraft. This is an interesting vehicle. This is like a mobile staff canteen. So we're going to go and have a look in here. So this would have driven around. Look, see, London Transport staff canteen. Let's have a look in here. So that there's the menu. There's all the things you could have ordered. There's a lady who would have served you. So you'd have picked up your meal here, walked across here, and sat there like that gentleman, probably a bus driver or possibly a clippy, probably a bus driver, is eating his lunch. Seems quite nice. Get a little seat to wash your hands. There's another bus there, look, under restoration. So that's being worked on, so again, maybe one day we'll see that one running. We're going to go upstairs now, because you get quite a good view upstairs over the site. Various different buses that are displayed here. As for this site, I remember it hasn't always been here. It used to be near Cobham. I remember one day we were going to Claremont Landscape Gardens when I was a child, and we took a wrong turn. I remember seeing this museum, and it was this museum, its old site. But I saw a Class 50 cab and an Underground train cab. That Class 50 cab has since gone somewhere else. But I always remember thinking I wanted to go there. The museum has moved around. I say the Class 50 cab's gone somewhere else, but all the buses are here. Look at this, what a great view you get from up here. See all these bus stops? Look, bus stops up here. See all the different bus stops. Selfridges, Liverpool Street Station, Request Stop, all sorts of bus stops. We'll go down there now. I think we can go inside a couple of those buses, so I thought it'd be quite nice to go and sit inside some buses and pretend we're going on a journey somewhere. Wherever it's going, we'll just pretend we're going to wherever it says it's on the front. That's a nice little, that little Ford van, London Transport. I think that's really nice. Go around here. And it's nice, you can actually sit, if you just want to sit down and have a rest, sit on bus seats, which is quite good. So you can just sit here, rest, or you can actually watch a video if you just want to sit and have a rest. That's quite nice. Along here we've got, there's a model of a bus, look at that. If I press this, it turns round. And then look at this, down here I have just found some trams, look at those. Something just fell down inside. Some trams in there. So I think that's the only trams we're going to see here today. Let's go and have a look around, see what other things there are. So there's various activities over there to have a look at. There's a little model busway here. Normally it's model railways. Look at this. Well, that technically is partly a model railway. There's a little model train there, plenty of tank. But if you look in here, look at this. What I'm about to do. Make that bus stop at the bus stop. And now I'm going to make the other side go. Now making this side go again. So that's quite good fun. Nice little interactive exhibit. Have a look here. Oh, look, this bus. It says it's going to Chessington Zoo. I think this is the bus we can go inside. Oh, here's an ambulance. Look, there's a dummy in there in the back of the ambulance. So there's a bus stop here. Got a bus stop. The bus has stopped. Let's get on the bus and not go for a ride. So as we go here, look, you can actually buy tickets here. Seems, imagine how long that would take before contactless and all that got invented. Into here. There's the downstairs seats. We go upstairs. See what there is. We're upstairs now. Let's sit down. Sit here. It's got a nice window. Look at that. It's up there, looking out the other buses. So yeah, imagine we were going to Chessington Zoo. I think it's now called Chessington World of Adventures. I did go there once when I was a child. There used to be a miniature railway there. Miniature railway's gone, so I'm probably not going to bother going there as it doesn't have a miniature railway. I did do a video last year in Chessington, nothing to do with the zoo or the theme park. There is still a zoo at the theme park, but there's no Chessington World of Adventures. I did a video on the Chessington branch, the railway line to Chessington, as part of my Branch Line Britain series. So if you want to see what it's like going to Chessington by train, click the link on screen now. This is what it had once been going like to Chessington on a bus. Let's pretend we've arrived at Chessington, but we're not actually going to go and see any animals. We're just going to go and see more buses. Down the stairs, out the back door. Thank you, driver. Out. And what we'll do, like I said, there's a brilliant lineup of buses. So I think, yeah, this one is an actual route master around here. And there's some quite interesting posters here. Look, the Green Line coaches. And you can see out to where I live, Cheltenham St Peter and Giles Cross. I remember I've done quite a lot of videos in that area. That's my home area. They went all the way out the other side, down as far as Tunbridge Wells in the southwest, Brentwood, Bishop Stortford, Dunstable, Guildford, Woking, Sunningdale, etc. And here, look, here's all the fares, how much it would cost to go. So you could go from Chertsey, say, to Leatherhead, would have cost £3 shillings and sixpence. So not a lot of money. It's all obviously in old money. I'm too young for that. Old money. Right, let's go around here. So, as I say, there's that brilliant lineup of buses. So we've got one going to Brixton. Obviously that had probably been running before, well, the Victoria line got to Brixton in the 70s, didn't it? Rains Park. It's near Rains Park where I bought my larder, believe it or not. You know my larder, which features in so many videos? It is here today at the museum. It's not actually in the video, but it's out in the car park. I bought my larder in Rains Park from an elderly couple who had it from brand new, I think. Shoreditch. Of course, you can go to Shoreditch High Street on the London Overground. Bayswater, Oxford Circus, they're very much central London. Victoria Station via Whitehall. Finsbury Park, etc. There's another nice little model here, look, of a bus garage. Upton Park Bus Garage in 1935. Look at that. There's a train in the background, steam train. There is one over there, that bus, that one, looks like a trolley bus. There aren't actually any trolley buses here, but I think some of London's trolley buses survive. I wish London had trolley buses still. Still got trams, or well, I say still got trams, it's had trams rebuilt in the Croydon area. We're down here now to see what we can find. The red of London transport, and of course the green of the country ones. This bus would have gone to Heathrow Airport, which says Berlin on the front. I think the bus went to Berlin. You'd have got on it in London to go to Heathrow to go to Berlin. It's a strange bus though, because it's sort of half single decker. It's not, I wouldn't call it double decker, but there's a bit of a higher up bit. So that's quite interesting. We can't go in that bus. I think we could go in one more bus here. Yeah, we can go in, but we can't go upstairs. But we'll sit downstairs for a change. Let's have a look. Oh, I see. It's a cinema bus, so you can sit in here if you want and watch a programme about the restoration of the bus. There's one more thing to do, or two more things to do, to show you actually. We go around here. There's a bus behind here. This tells you a bit about the buses in the war. Obviously a lot of women came to work on the buses because a lot of the men were away fighting. So, you know, women did a great job. You go into here. We're now going into the Blitz. You can hear the sound. It's all very dark. Soldier. This is wartime London. Not really a pleasant place to be. And look, the road's a hole in the road. I think actually, look, yeah, I'm walking. See how they've put. Imagine people actually did have to do this to walk across. A bomb had created a crater in the road. Look, this poor bus had been damaged. This is London, the Blitz. There's the buses which would have done their part in keeping London going. Lots of fire buckets. So from a more sort of sombre part of the video, let's just have a little bit of fun. Look, we come to a ticket barrier, which we're so familiar with, these wide aisle barriers, the newer type. You get some of the older stations, like if you go to Marylebone, if you go there, if you're heading onto the platforms, you notice a few of the ticket barriers on the right hand side are the older sort, which are a bit longer this way, and there's not a wide aisle version of them. So places like Slough, High Wycombe, and most of the London Underground stations on the Met, etc., they would have that sort of ticket barrier. Then this type came along, where they take up less space, but they also came up with a wide aisle one. And I don't have a ticket, but if you press this button, it opens, and we exit the ticket barrier. The barrier closes. I think that's the only place I've ever seen a ticket barrier, like I say, that we're so familiar with, actually exhibited in a museum. Who knows, maybe one day you're going to go to a heritage railway and there's going to be a line of ticket barriers. That said, sometimes you go to the East Lancs, they have a manual ticket barrier which they operate, but not in quite the same way. It's not an automatic one. So this is the shops. There's quite a lot of interesting things to buy. Thank you. Then we go out here, bus stop, and I say this is actually a functioning bus stop, because you can get on a bus here and go for a ride. And sometimes they have these bus rallies. I was watching a video earlier. They look really good fun there. Bus rallies, which they have here, so perhaps I'll have to come and visit again one day when they've got a bus rally on. I'm going to leave you with a sight of some aeroplanes, but like I say, if you want to see inside the aeroplanes, you're going to have to watch my video on Brooklands, a little Morris Minor there. So, from the London Bus Museum, do come and visit. Just bear in mind, you've got to get into Brooklands first to visit it, but it really is worth, the whole Brooklands site's worth visiting. It is somewhere you need a whole day to visit. It's not the sort of place you can just come for a couple of hours. So, do come visit Brooklands, do come visit London Bus Museum. Thank you very much for watching. Please do feel free to like, subscribe and comment. From the London Bus Museum,